I used to feel like my impact was buried under my job and endless daily tasks, until I realized that the only thing I truly own is the weight of my name. In the last video, this room was a mess. Everything was in disarray. Today, painting is somewhat done. That's a small win. But in a world where everyone maybes their way through life, finishing what you start is a radical act of character. Well, welcome back to the hearth. We're standing, or should I say sitting, in the almost finished studio. And I kind of wanted to touch base on the last video I made, where I was talking about the wonder, and you never know when, it may be a God in knocking on your door. A lot of that was metaphor too. I don't expect anybody to just let, any old body in your house, but at the same time, there's still a sense of hospitality that we're responsible for as heathens. And since that video did so well, it seemed like you guys resonated with that. Like the, what's the word? I guess the code that keeps the modern heathen grounded. The Havamal is full of survival advice, and you guys will always hear me harp on stanza 76. And that being the, cattle will die, kinsmen will die, and you yourself will also die. But it is our reputation and who we are and who we build that lives forever. In the old country, my grandmother told me that they would consider that word glory, and kind of like, at the end of your shift, when you're gone, your reputation kind of sticks around. And that kind of goes back to the weight of your word, and nowadays we have a lot of that. And I know it goes around and people pick about it, when they say, somebody says, just call me if you need something. And half the time they really don't mean that. They don't mean call me. They say it, but they really hope deep down inside that you don't call. But if I'm called, yes, I do my best to try to, help that person. But there is that scenario where most people do not. They hope you never call. So, with that being said, being the urban Norseman, it isn't about being flashy or loud or screaming it on top of the mountains. What it is it's being a person of your word. And when you say you're going to do something, do it. Just don't say you're going to do it and then don't do it. And that kind of goes back to the painting. And when I said that I was going to do this, every day for a year, there's been many a nights it comes out late, but I stopped what I'm doing. Like the other night when we were putting things back together here in the living room in the studio, I stopped and I was like, you know what, I got to do this because, if I don't, I'm not going to sleep good tonight. And I know there's been several commenters that was like, if you miss one, man, don't worry about it, and this and that. But it's my word. I give that oath to you guys as my community. And it warms my heart to know that there's if I've make or have made any difference in your life, that warms my heart. And that, beats subscribers and likes and shares and anything like that. But just remember, guys, that when you do like and comment and share it, it helps the channel, and therefore helps me continue to bring you this guy, all this the content and stuff. And I'm currently working on another idea for another documentary, and that's my goal. Is I want to bring this life path, bring it to you without costumes and just raw, and I think there's not enough like real representation of the path, and I feel like I owe it to my ancestors, my grandmother and my grandfather. I feel like I owe it to them. So, and my words escape me at the moment, but I do feel like I owe it to them, and owe it to you. And because I made this oath to do these every day. So yeah, got all the comments saying that I'm inspiring you, and that inspires me to do more. It's almost like one of those shows. You go to a show and they're like, the louder you clap, the better it's going to be. Well, that's kind of what it is in a way. It's in a sense. So, I know there's not a lot of people that want to comment and everything, but every now and again dropping it and telling me how it made you feel, that's wonderful. And my advice, like I said, is just advice that's been handed down to me, and I'm sharing it with you guys because for a long time I didn't share it. I didn't share it with anybody because I didn't think it counted. So you guys telling me all this stuff, that makes me feel like it counts. So I'll share what I've what I've been taught by my grandmother. She was a very powerful lady, and I honestly wish that she would have lived so I could have had her on these videos, because she, yeah, I don't even have words for her, man. I miss her every day, and it's been almost 30, 40 years, 30 years. I think it was like 30 years since she left us. But yeah, and that was some trying times because I lost her. Well, I lost my baby sister when she was 5, and then like 3 months later, I lost my grandmother. So that was some trying times for me, and being in and out of foster care and stuff like that. So if anybody's had a hard story, I've been one of them, man, and I'm also proof that you can pick yourself up off the ground. You can pick yourself off the ground, and you can do positive in the world. You don't have to be a negative force. So this week, I want you guys to pick a promise that you've been putting off and finish it. Whether, within reason. If it's picking up something that your wife wants you to pick up, or fixing the dishwasher, or painting a room, whatever it is, wash the dog, whatever it is, I want you guys to finish it. And then I want you guys to comment down there, what promise are you going to finish? And then while I'm still putting stuff together here in the studio and everything, I'm going to be reading comments. And I like to see, what you guys are going. Which promises are we going to finish this week as a urban Norseman, a modern Norseman, if you will. And until the next time, this adventure is over.